multi-pronged, as you say. You know, have in mind that in 2010, the Pentagon had its 110-person task force. The CIA also had a task force. It was the most comprehensive all-of-government effort, and the same during the Trump administration. That was when, originally when the 2010 leaks first happened, but then again in 2017 when Trump came in under Pompeo, there was a concerted effort between different agencies. So these are enormous, enormously well-resourced institutions, machines, who have been bearing down on Julian. So when we talk about Julian, sometimes I get these questions like, oh, why do you think people aren't, so supportive? I don't think that's true, actually, or these, he fell out with the media, or these things. And there's completely absent from these questions is, what about the enormous plans and plots and resources and efforts and planted stories and so on that have been producing that effect? Or even that line of questioning. He's not a likable person. Where does that come from? Because if you look in the 2010 reportings, he was described as magnetic, charismatic, comes into the room, everyone falls silent, this kind of thing. I mean, also, and then you can flip that with techniques that are well developed, that the CIA, for example, has been developing for decades, long before Julian. They haven't just used them against Julian, they had used these techniques against Martin Luther King and many others. So this is a pattern, and we have to identify the kind of invisible force, the dark force that has produced the imprisonment of the most consequential journalist of the century. I don't think that's an overstatement.
That's the whole point of that, of what Stella was just talking about. The whole point of doing it is that it allows for that fertile ground for people to not care what happens. To give the excuse that, oh well, he's not nice, so and sort of not pay attention. Well, that's the intention. Clearly it doesn't work, otherwise he wouldn't be here.
Any questions from the crowd? Yes, Khaled. Yes.